Hey fam, what's up and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, I've changed my room around a little bit. I hope you guys don't mind. I know a lot of you said you prefer the past background I had with the room showing and everything, but it honestly, this is going to sound so silly, but I felt like it was just stifling my creativity. I hated it. I hate the wall color, and after painting my bedroom, I know how much I hate painting, okay? I like never want to paint a room again. I just also really miss the marble background that I used to have in my old apartment. I just unrolled it, I threw it back up, and I moved my desk around. I think it just kind of makes the video look a little nicer, and you guys can kind of focus a little bit more on the makeup because there's not much color behind me, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be trying out this background and this setup for a little while. If you guys absolutely hate it, we can try something else. I just think it looks a lot nicer. But anyway, today we're going to be doing a full face of new makeup, you guys. I'm so excited. I was asking you guys for some inspiration on what videos to do on Twitter. So if you have not chimed in and you have some suggestions, of course leave it in the comments down below or hit me up on Twitter. And a lot of people love seeing first impression videos and full face first impressions, so I thought that'd be super fun to do today. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Click down here if you're not, and turn on those notifications even though I know they are faulty as fuck. Thanks, YouTube. So my skin's been breaking out a little bit this past week just from hormonal situations. You ladies know what I'm talking about. It was a freaking mess. So I did a little acne sulfur treatment last night, which was really great. It actually worked very well. I want to talk about that. But it did leave my skin extremely dry. I'm so dry right now. So I wanted to try this out for the first time. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Hydrating Gel Mist, you guys. It's a gel to liquid mist that plumps and hydrates your skin. This is it here. Isn't that cool? You can literally see it's like a gel in there, and this is by e.l.f. Cosmetics. I think it's really cool how much skincare e.l.f. has been coming out with lately. Alright, so let's give this a go. Oh, fuck. Is that how it's supposed to... That was really hard. Oh, are you supposed to spray directly onto the face? Only I would need directions on a freaking clear gel. Oh yeah, it says hold bottle 10 to 12 inches away and lightly spritz. That's a hard spritzer. I'm gonna try it again, you guys, but this is freaking rough. Is that enough inches? No, fuck. I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse, but that was crazy. However, I will say it smells freaking divine. It does feel really light and refreshing. I think it's a little harsh of a spray. Even though I was holding it so far away, it really didn't make a difference. It felt like a freaking torpedo coming at my face, like a water gun or something. My skin needs the moisture right now, so I'm sure it's just sucking it up. It's just like soaking up all that moisture. So I love that it's absorbing really, really quickly, and it doesn't feel sticky or tacky. The next product I'm going to be trying is from Smashbox, and I've been dying to freaking try this, and it got sent to me in PR, and I was so freaking excited, so thank you Smashbox for sending this over. This is the Smashbox Cosmetics Photo Finish Primerizer. They say it's a primer and moisturizer in one, and you can actually use it in place of your moisturizer if you wanted to, or you can use it with your moisturizer. It has hyaluronic acid in it and niacinamide? Niacinamide? I don't know. You guys know I'm awful with words, but it's supposed to be extremely hydrating. Like I said, you can use it as a moisturizer or with your moisturizer. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this on now. Oh, it's like real serum-y. See it like running down there? It feels quite serum-y. Wow. Wow, I'm going to be all ready and prepped and hydrated. Obviously, I don't know how well it works as a primer just yet. And I spent the whole weekend watching Raw Beauty Christy, and she doesn't even believe in primer. She doesn't even like it. She's like everything to me. And so she doesn't believe in primer. I'm like, I don't believe in primer either now. She influences me a lot. And so I don't know I don't even know how I feel about primer anymore, but it feels good. That felt really refreshing, really moisturizing. And I can see my skin now has some glow to it, which is nice. It looks like it's getting a lot more hydrated. Next for brows, I have these new markers that I'm a little nervous to use, I'll be honest, because I'm not the best with like brown markers. I do much better with powder and pencil, I just do. But I was dying to try these when I got them in. So these are the Ardell Stroke a Brow Feathering Pens, you guys. And they have a few shades here. They have a taupe, they have a medium brown, they have soft black, and they have dark brown. So that's a nice little array of colors there. I think I'm actually going to start with taupe and then work into the medium brown. This is what the marker looks like. Pull the cap off, and it has a nice little tip there. You can see it's very thin, which I like. It goes thicker to thin. And again, this is in the shade taupe. So first off, I'm kind of just laying it sideways and kind of filling in the front part of my brow. Now I'm flicking it over to the pointy edge to try and make some hair-like strokes. Is this really the taupe shade? Wow, I'm a little surprised at how well the taupe shade seems to be working. Usually taupes actually turn up a little too blonde on my hair. Though my brows aren't very thick, they are a pretty dark shade. They're not black, but they are dark brown. The place where I need the most help is near the ends, of course. The tails of my brows are just a little thin for my preference. That doesn't look half bad in my opinion. I'm now going to take the medium brown to kind of just fill in on my tails and make those a little bit stronger. Oh, this is a little bit deeper. What the hell is that doing? What is that flake it's making? What's going on? Now it's kind of doing this weird, like, I don't know, are you not able to layer the colors? It looks fine now, but it was kind of flaking weirdly. I don't know if maybe you can't use two shades on top of it, or if it was from the gel or the primer I laid down. I'm not sure what would make it do that. But I have a feeling it's because I layered the markers. It's kind of like removing... that's a little weird. Do you see what I mean? It's kind of just removing some spots I already laid down. I wonder if you're able to brush this marker out at all? Or not. I was just trying to remove, like, it got a little flaky in some patches. Now it's just like coming off altogether. See how it's like peeling off? I'm just kind of going back over the areas that got a little flaky. I know it got a little weird for a second, but I was kind of able to correct that a bit. I will say if you go to brush them out much, it kind of peels off. So I do kind of think it was probably the using two of the markers that kind of created it like a peeling effect. I probably should have just used the dark brown. Now that I've kind of figured it out and I kind of got it to settle and not look as patchy, I actually think they look pretty good. Next, to set my brows, I'm going to use the Benefit Cosmetics 3D Brow Tones. I've never used this before, so I don't know that it's new. It's just new to me. And it says it gives instant color highlights. I have it in the shade 4. It's an interesting little bottle there, isn't it? All right, and give me those brow highlights. Guys, I'm still just going back and forth about these brow markers. I want to love them, but there's just certain areas where they do not look that great. I have to be honest, they just don't. But I do like the overall effect. Yeah, I think I just need to use them in combination with powder and pencil, and they would be fine. Next, we need to throw a little primer on our lids. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Cosmetics eyeshadow primer. This is nothing new, but whatever. And just blending that in with my fingers. By the way, my nail polish is KL Polish Ocean Drive, I believe it's called. And I'm pretty much obsessed with it. Like, I feel like a mermaid. Next, also from Ardell Cosmetics, I'm going to try their new eye pencils. This is called Eyesiresistible. Get it? Like irresistible, but the word eye, like your eyeball. This here is in the shade Yearning. Yes, Yearning, and it looks like a deep bronze. Twists up like this, as you can see. Looks like there's a slight shimmer in there. I was hoping it was going to be matte, but I don't think it is. Oh, hello. Just distributing this over the lid. I kind of wanted to use it as a shadow base as well. It's a little drier. It's definitely not as creamy as, I would say, like a NYX Jumbo pencil or something of that nature, but it's really gorgeous, and it is pigmented. I'm also just going to blend that in with my fingers now because I don't know if it'll set. I don't know how long they take to set, I guess I should say. And so if I went and did the other eye, it might be dried by the time I worked my way back over. Next on our eyes, I want to try this collab between Melisa Michelle and Ulta Beauty. Congrats, Melissa. This is amazing. I am so proud of you. I love her channel. I've loved her for a long time. And this is beautiful, you guys. Look at this packaging. It just looks like a dream. It looks so lovely. I adore this packaging. I really do. Oh, there's a Lola shadow in here. Oh my gosh, reminds me of my kitty Lola. To start off this look, I'm going to go into the shade Wheezy with my E50 brush from Sigma Beauty. Looks like a nice matte creamy shade. I'm going to pack this on my brow area and work that down onto the lid. Next from there, I'm going to go into the shade Bing Bing. Looks like a lovely, really warm, like a rusty shade, like a rusty reddish brown color. I'm going to take this and start swirling this through our transition. That is blending so freaking beautifully. Oh, girl. I'm loving this palette so far. How gorgeous is that shadow? Honestly, how pretty is it? I don't even want to stop with this shade. I'm obsessed with this color. Damn, y'all, that thunder just shook my fucking room. I mean, how stunning is that color? This was such a pigmented shadow. From here, I'm going to take the E25 blending brush from Sigma, and we're going to go into the shade Harley. And this I want to work in my crease, just right below that Bing Bing shade we just laid down. Create a nice gradient into the red. I do love how rusty that shade is too. I'm sorry I just keep going on about that shade, but I just think that's freaking beautiful. Oh my god, I just remembered I bought more Hot Pockets. I'm so excited to eat a Hot Pocket after this. I don't know that I could be any more in love with this freaking palette. I just think this is stunning. They're blending together so beautifully. The colors just work together so well. I'm going to take another shade of this. I kind of changed the direction this look is going. This is in the shade Rude Touching. Rude Touching. That's interesting, isn't it? I'm going to use this on the lid again. Like I said, I kind of changed direction. Just trying to use it in the center. It just started pouring out, so I'm sorry if you can hear the storm. And then with my flat shadow brush from Colourpop, I'm going to take the shade Cades. And I'm going to layer that on top of the shadow stick we just laid down. Oh, isn't that pretty? That is gorgeous. Oh, wow. And that shadow stick was fantastic. That really laid down a good base. I didn't even wet my brush at all, which I think is amazing for how pigmented and how metallic this shadow is showing up. I am feeling sexual with this shadow. I like it. I'm going to use the black shadow stick. This is, oh, it's actually called Gunmetal. Oh, it's kind of like it's black, but there's a sheen to it or some type of metallic. It's going on very, very well. Wow, okay, I'm kind of obsessed with these shadow sticks. They're just going on as smooth as a butter. Now, of course, they are thicker, so if you're going to use them as eyeliner, you're going to get more of like a grungy look. I'm going to blend that out with my E20 brush from Sigma. I do have a discount code for Sigma Beauty. If you guys are looking for new brushes, they are my absolute favorites. But of course, no pressure to use my code, no pressure to purchase the brushes. I'm going to take the Harley shade again to set in that shadow stick. So just pressing right on top of that. There are two new mascaras by Ardell. The first one here is called Whispies. It's a fiber building mascara. The second is called Double Up, and it's a volumizing mascara. Maybe we'll do the Whispies on the top lashes, or maybe we'll mix. I don't know. No, we'll do Whispies on the top. We'll do the volumizing on the bottom, and that's just what we'll do. Oh my gosh, this thunder I feel like is ruining my video. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear it. So I don't know if you can tell, but the Whispies formula here definitely has fibers in the formula. So just be aware of that if you wear contacts, if you have sensitive eyes, which I do. I'm really not even supposed to use fiber mascaras, but I like them, so I do it. I'm a beauty rebel. I'm so upset that it's being so loud outside while filming this. I really apologize. So far, so good with this mascara. I think my lashes really do look wispy. I would also say it's very buildable. It's not clumping no matter how many times I go over it. They're staying really just separated. I really love that mascara. What do you guys think? I think it made them so wispy. They did not clump, and they do look... Oh my god! Please stop! They look long and separated in my opinion. I'm like, yes, this is a freaking great mascara, Ardell. Next, for our foundation and for our face makeup, I'm going to try something from a brand I've never used before. I've never even heard of this brand. I know they can be found at Ulta Beauty, so definitely head there if you want to check this out. This is what the package looks like. This is Whoosh Beauty, and this is the fold out face complete daily makeup routine, you guys. This is supposed to have everything you need in it for your daily makeup. It even has eyeshadows and stuff in it, which I did not use, and I do want to use those eventually. This is what the actual product looks like. It's really interesting. So you open it up like this, like a little book or a little palette, and inside you have your powders and your blushes there, and then it's not done. Right, so here it's, what does that say? Pro girl, noun, someone who supports rather than competes with other women. Oh, that's really awesome. I do like that little message there. But you fold it up, and this has a mirror, and then it has your eyeshadows, which actually look very pretty. It has your perfectors, which I think are considered like the concealer or the foundation, and then you have your contour and a little matte creamy highlighter powder, and these are blending powders over here, so I'm not even sure what all that freaking means, but you're supposed to be able to do your complete face with this. It comes with the most interesting little brush applicators. This is crazy. So the number 3 looks like it should be used for contour foundation. Then there's this little pop out, you guys. Look it has, I guess, a shadow brush, a little smudgy brush here. The other end looks like a concealer or a shadow brush, whatever you want to use it for, and then another powder brush. So you literally can go boop and boop and have a face do a brush like this, or take it apart and use the little one. It's very creative. That is very smart, and I think that would be very good for travel, or just to even keep in your purse for touch-ups, or if you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't bring brushes, you always have this little nifty one in your bag. But it does feel, when they're all connected, it feels a little like wonky, a little loose, like a little not well secured. It feels like it, I mean, it does. It comes apart pretty easily there. So just interesting. I don't know. We're going to try it though. So now with the number 3 side of the Whoosh brush, which I think they're actually saying that you should use it for contour. It says for number 2, you use this little guy for this, but I can't do my whole face with that little brush. So I'm going to stick with using the number 3. Oh my gosh, this brush keeps coming apart in my hands. It's actually a little tricky to use when it's combined like that. And they say this is the medium tan shade. 2.5 is the palette shade. All right. Oh, wow. This is the medium tan? That's pretty light. Oh my god, this is way too light for me. How is this the medium tan shade? What does the fair look like? I know you guys are probably thinking like, SHAE, that's just meant to be concealer. There's a little graph and it lets you know that number 2, these 2 shades are meant for concealer and foundation. So you definitely can use it for either. Gosh, this is just keeps coming apart in my freaking hands. I'm actually going to start mixing those 2 shades together, the medium tan and the lighter shade, hoping that it'll kind of become more my skin tone. That's better. Once I took some of the darker shade, it definitely started to look more like my skin. I really like how the 2 shades, the 2 foundation / concealer shades really melt together nicely. I'm able to work with the both of them to create my perfect shade or close to it in foundation. I'm now going to pop off my brush here. I'm going to switch the little ends and I'm going to use the number 2 side for the concealer. And I'm just going to take the lighter side of that palette and use this. Let's go a little down the nose as well. And to be honest, that brush is just annoying me, so I'm going to use my fingers to blend this in. I will say the product blends beautifully though, doesn't it? It really does just sink right in. It's definitely not the most fullest coverage item I've ever used, or concealer or foundation, but I will say it has a really nice consistency. I actually think a lot of you would like it. It's a very comfortable makeup. I keep wanting to call it a foundation or a concealer. It's meant to be both, so I'm just going to call it a makeup. Yeah, but it's definitely not the fullest coverage, but I like it. It looks really nice on the skin in my opinion so far. Gave me a really natural glisten or dewiness, which I like. From here we need to set the under eyes. I am going to take some of my Laura Mercier translucent powder because I just know that nothing sets my concealer unless I use this, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to pop this underneath on top of that concealer, and then I'll use the Whoosh face powders to set everything else. I'm going to take the 4 and 5 Now powder brush, and I'm going to dip into this powder, which looks honestly a little deep for me. I think there's a big difference between the colors of the foundations, the cream foundations, and then also the powders. They don't really coincide in my opinion. And this brush just seems a little small to, it's just weird. So I wish this brush was just a hint fluffier. It's a little awkward to like set your face with. I can't really swirl it because I'm worried it's going to move the makeup. But also when I pounce it on like this, I always worry that it's going to deposit on too much powder. But the blenders, as they call them, these blender powders, seem deeper to me than the foundation / concealer. So I just worry you would get a little bit of a cake face or a mismatched looking face, you know? Okay, so now that I've set the rest of my face, I'm going to jump into, these are the number 3 contour and highlight powders. So I'm going to take the lighter one. Oh my god, it just magneted to my freaking earring. Look at me. Ah! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This brush just fell apart in my hand. It does not stick together. It's an ingenious idea. It is an ingenious idea, but it's just not sticking together. Maybe if they put magnets in the brush so that it's wanted to stay closed. I'm just using this lighter powder underneath my eyes now. I do like that powder. I think that's a really pretty little under eye powder, little highlight powder, if you will. Have you guys tried this? Let me know if you have. I'm dying to know your thoughts on it, or if there's anything else from this Whoosh Beauty line you've tried. I don't know why I did this. I've just never heard of it before. To be honest, I've never tried it. This is my first time trying it. I really like this highlighting shade though. I'm going to take more through the center of my face. I really like the coverage though. I think it looks really pretty. I still have a nice glow that's showing through. It's a pretty makeup. It is. Let's also pop into the contour. Was that one set? Well, that already has foundation on it, so I'm just going to stick with the powder brush to use the contour shade with. Just going to bring that back and work it up. Wow. I used way too much. I'm also going to blend that into the hairline. I'm also going to take that onto the temple. I will say the blendability of these products is fantastic. They're just melting together. I honestly feel like I hardly have to blend them in. They just blend on their own so well. I'm going to flip to this little smudgy end and I'm going to dip it just barely in the contour powder and do a little nose shaping with this. That did an alright job. I always get these annoying little lines here. It's just the way my face is built, I think. Let's pop over to the blushers, shall we? For this look, I think it's obvious we should probably do this more corally shade to tie in with the warmth on our eyes. Ooh, looks very pigmented. It has a nice little golden sheen in there, kind of something like a NARS Orgasm type of shade. I'm also going to go into the highlighter, which I really appreciate that they did put a highlighter in there, especially right now because it's like a highlight craze going around. So I think it's nice they put that in there. And ooh, oh, she's pretty. It's like a nice baby pink shimmer. I am here for it. I like it. I'm also going to take some down the nose. Let's hit up that tip of the nose there. And then also on the chin and on the lip line. I'm now going to take the Double Up Mascara from Ardell. Again, this is the volumizing one, you guys. Ooh, that's a nice brush there. Wow, I'm really into these mascaras. I haven't tried this one yet. Clearly, this is my first time. But just from looking at the brush and from my experience already with the, the Whispies mascara, I'm like, yeah. And even layering some on top of the Whispies mascara. So I'm putting the volumizing on top of the Whispies and it really looks nice. Again, it's still not clumping. I love how separated my lashes are staying. This might be my new little favorite mascara duo. I do love layering mascaras. I really do. I think those look really good. All in all, I really genuinely liked this product by Woosh. I think the coverage looks fantastic. I'm curious to see its shade range in stores. Like I said, this is the shade Medium Tan. It's 2.5 on the box. I didn't try the shadows, but they do look really pretty. I loved the highlight powder. I loved the contour powder. The blush and the highlighter are gorgeous. And these powders I think are really nice. I do just wish they matched a little more consistently with the actual foundation. I mean, you guys can see that, right? These are obviously more yellow and a little bit more like medium to tan, like what I would expect. But the perfectors, there's one really light one and one a little bit deeper. So you definitely would have to mix to get the in-between shade. And plus it's nice that you get this mirror in it. Next for lip liner, this is by Gerard Cosmetics. Now, I've never used Gerard Cosmetics ever. They did send me some lip products. So basically, I kind of wanted to hear your guys' opinions. Are you okay with me using Gerard Cosmetics? I don't really know what the deal is. I remember there being some drama, and I don't really care to get into all that because honestly, what brand does not have freaking drama right now? What brand has not made the wrong choice somewhere along the line? It's everywhere, and the makeup community seems to be so divided on what certain brands you can use and what brands you can't use. So I just wanted to get your guys' okay to use their products and just hear your thoughts. Do you think it's okay to use their stuff? Do you think they're an alright brand? Or do you disagree with me using them? Please let me know and don't feel pressure to feel any way. I want to genuinely know your true opinion. Not to bring this up, and I'm not trying to put any drama or bring anything back up or rifle it back up, but for example, I think Jeffree Star Cosmetics has huge controversies, huge problems sometimes, which no shade again to Jeffree Star. I don't want to keep punishing people their whole lives for things. I will say that that brand has probably had the most controversy, and yet he is still one of the most watched YouTubers in the beauty community on YouTube. Even though all that has happened, and of course he's made his apology and whatnot, he's still one of the most watched beauty tubers right now. I think he might be in the top 2, top 3 even. And so I'm just wondering, like, at what point do you forgive people? At what point do you forgive brands? And at what point do you think it's okay that influencers use their products? And I'm not saying you have to tell me what you think about, you know, the Jeffree Star Cosmetics stuff or like any other brand specifically. I'm just talking about Gerard Cosmetics right now. What do you guys think of them? Is it okay if I use their products? Because I'd really like to. They look nice. I never had a bad experience with them, but I know that people have. So I genuinely want to know your opinions. If you guys would like me to use their line, if you'd like me to not use their line, feel free to let me know. Either way, your truthful, honest opinion, and I'll just continue not using them. I already don't use Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and again, no offense to Jeffree because he has done his apology, but even since his apology, I've seen him be so rude to some people, so I'm just like, no, I don't think I can support that. I stopped supporting Lime Crime when all the Lime Crime stuff happened, so trust me, I don't have a problem with not using brands that have had issues, but I do kind of want to know where you guys stand with this brand. So I'm going to use a lip liner today by Gerard Cosmetics. If you guys don't like me using this, again, just tell me and I won't use it. I really won't. This will be the last time you see it, but I thought this would be a good video to kind of test the waters with you guys and see where you stand with the brand, if you use their items, if you like them, if not. I'm not an affiliate. They haven't paid me. I don't have an affiliate code for Gerard Cosmetics, nothing like that. They just sent me some lip products. So this is the lip pencil in the shade Luna, which I really like that name, by the way, and I think it's a pretty packaging and everything. And I don't know if I said it already, I don't believe this is not a new shade or anything. It's just new to me. On top of that, I'm going to take an item from Butter London. This is the Plush Rush Satin / Matte Lipstick in the shade Strong. It's a very pretty mauve-y pink there. Kind of matches, I think, our lip liner pretty exact. After all that, I'm going to set my face with the makeup setting spray. This is the Colourpop Aquamarine setting spray. I did already do my first impressions / review of these sprays and the whole Colourpop Crystal collection. So if you missed that, I will have it linked down below for you. I feel like a mintiness coming through on this lip. It feels quite minty. Weightless matte, oh, it's plumping. The Butter London lip is plumping. It says weightless matte plumping lip color. And I did start to feel that kind of tingly feeling you get. I was like, well, what is that? Anyway, I did already do my first impressions and review of these sprays and the whole crystal collection from Colourpop. If you missed it, I'll link it down below for you guys. I've tried these since individually. I've been trying them for a few days, and I swear to you guys, I do notice them setting my makeup. I've been using these for about a week now, and they've set my makeup absolutely beautifully. I haven't noticed a difference between these sprays and using like my Urban Decay spray or anything like that. They've worked so well. I really don't have a complaint to say about it. And that's it for my full face first impressions, you guys. Let me know what you think of this look and of the items that I used today. The only one thing that I'm truly iffy on is and I don't want to be because I really do like how my brows look. I think they did a really good job. I think I just need to get better at how I use these. The Ardell Stroke a Brow Feathering Pens. Maybe they're just meant to feather in your brows and not necessarily build up a real strong tail. I might want to stick to using a pomade or a pencil on the ends and then just use this to get a really natural feather-like stroke on the inside of my brow in the front part because I really do like how it filled that out. I think they look pretty good. I think I really did kind of find my way with them and they look fine. That would probably be the one item here that I think I need a little bit more practice with, or I need to try with different items to see if it works a little bit better. Also, not the biggest fan of this Whoosh brush because it was cute at first and I really liked it. but then it just kind of started falling apart. I'm also really pleased with this foundation coverage that I got from the Whoosh palette. I think it did a beautiful job. I love the bronzer. I love the highlighter. Like, look at that glow. I'm like shining to the heavens above. Hello, Jesus, let me in. But to be honest, the hero product for me in this video was the Melisa Michelle and Ulta Beauty eyeshadow palette. I mean, how gorgeous is this eyeshadow? Like, I really can't even get over it. I can't stop looking at it. It is so pigmented. It blended so beautifully. The shades just work so well together. I really just don't have a negative thing to say about it. I love the colors. I obviously did not try the highlighter or the blush or the lip, but as far as shadows go, it was so wonderful. Really, it's such a beautiful palette. I just want to say another congratulations to Melisa Michelle. I love this palette. Girl, you did such a good job, and I'm just so excited. I'm hoping this will encourage people to use more of Ulta brand's makeup. So I think you guys would really love this palette, especially with fall coming up. I think this will be a fantastic little fall palette for you to use every day. And of course, you don't have to be quite as dramatic as I am and do a look like this. You could do something a lot more toned down with this. And again, you have everything you need in there minus foundation. I don't want to forget to mention again that these were fantastic. Both of the Ardell Beauty mascaras were non-clumping for me. I also really loved the Eyesiresistible shadow sticks. I used it on my waterline, I used it on my lid, I used it on top of eyeshadow, and it worked well each time. It worked great with each application, and I love that I could use it for eyeliner too, because sometimes I really like just using a jumbo pencil for my eyeliner. It just makes it really, really fast, and in my opinion, sometimes less irritating for my eyes, because I honestly only have to be there for a few seconds. The e.l.f. Hydrating Gel Mist, I really did like. I just wish the nozzle like wasn't as harsh, and maybe it'll loosen up. Maybe I was squirting it too harshly and you need to just hold it down barely enough. But when I was like spraying this on my face, it felt like I was pelting it with a water gun. It was really funny, but it was a little harsh. So I would maybe spray it into my hands and apply it, or just I need to get better at working the nozzle. Maybe I'm just a little too forceful with it. That's really all I have to say today, fam. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if you've not subscribed yet, definitely hit that subscribe button. I upload 3 to 4 times a week, but lately I've been uploading almost every single day. So I have a ton of new videos on my channel. If you've missed them, definitely go check them out. Be sure to come say hi on Snapchat, Twitter, or Instagram. I love talking to you guys on those sites, truly. Again, please come over to Twitter and let me know what other videos you guys would like to see. Of course, you can leave it in the comments here too, but I always see Twitter just the fastest because I love to lurk on there. I'm a little Twitter creep. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for watching today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!